4 countries affected by the conflict in Israel. 1. Saudi Arabia. Israel was on the verge of signing a normalization deal with Riyadh. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman was supportive. A week before the Hamas attack, he spoke of forging a historic peace. But the attack and subsequent Israeli response put an end to it. Saudi Arabia called both sides to put an immediate halt to escalation, but it was more critical of Israel. In its statement, the Saudi Foreign Ministry called the attack the result of the continued occupation and deprivation of the Palestinian people of their legitimate rights. Some analysts believe this was precisely Hamas's goal. The last time Israel and Saudi Arabia tried to make peace was 2000. Then the Second Intifada exploded in Gaza, burying those plans. 2. Iran. Israel has stated that there's no evidence of Iran's complicity. Indeed, Iran's support for Hamas had dwindled in recent years, but that doesn't matter in the long run. Multiple countries are openly blaming Iran. Iranian officials have publicly praised the Hamas attacks. They also denied any culpability, but the Saudis and the Qataris see Iran as their biggest enemy. Qatar is especially responsible for funding Hamas. Yet both states want to be on America's good side. So while they criticize Israel, they'll be pointing the finger at Iran. Iran has been a pariah state for decades. Moreover, it openly supports Hezbollah in the West Bank. So the fallout may spell doom for the Ayatollah regime. 3. Russia. Putin has called the attack a clear failure of the U.S. policy in the Middle East. Other Russian officials issued vague statements. They did not express support for either side. Of course, Russia is still waging a war on Ukraine. Iran is one of its biggest military allies. If Iran finds itself in trouble, things may change. It will likely stop supplying Russia with weapons. There's also another side to the coin. Israel has been wary of supporting Ukraine. Despite numerous pleas, it took a neutral position on the war. Ukraine has voiced unequivocal support for Israel. If Israel decides to punish Iran, Russia will suffer. That could mean a possible military cooperation between Kyiv and Jerusalem. 4. United States. The American response has been swift. President Biden said,
Hamas has set a goal of killing Jews.
The U.S. sent Israel military aid. A naval strike group has been deployed to the eastern Mediterranean. It's led by the largest warship ever, aircraft carrier USS Gerald R. Ford. The U.S. Air Force augmented its fighter squadrons in the region. Hamas called the move participation in the aggression against our people. So far, the U.S. has no intention of intervening militarily. The IDF is perfectly capable of dealing with Gaza, but if things heat up in the West Bank, it could change. If Iran gets drawn into the war, the U.S. could be forced to respond. Moreover, American assets can get hit by the terrorists. Hamas may be holding U.S. nationals hostage. Even now, this complicates the already volatile situation further.